Hello everyone, this is Zooc and today I'm bringing you a new drawing video. First off, Happy New Year. This is the first video I make in 2015. Whoop-de-doo. Hopefully all your plans work out and promises that you've made to yourselves or family members or friends. People always do that at the beginning of the year. New Year's resolutions. A lot of times it doesn't really work out. I know I've probably made like 2 videos so far with New Year's promises and I didn't stick to any of them. But the hope is always there for a lot of us and it's very important. So here's to hope. This is going to be part 2 of my drawing for people with piss poor imagination series, which I wasn't actually planning on turning into a series. But after some thought for a total of a few minutes, I decided to do it anyway. Why not? Because you start off with nothing and it's an interesting process for a lot of people to see starting from absolute scratch and ending up with something somewhat finished. So last video I made a few sketches briefly and without any real detail, but here, and a lot of people asked me to basically create a concept from using that method from nothing to basically finished. So here is what I'm going to do. I started off with the exact same method that I used previously of sketching random things, absolutely random, just letting my hand go without any sort of plan, and ended up with something that looks kind of cool, as you'll see in the end. I'm not really sure at what point in the video I'm at now because I'm recording the audio separately, but what I ended up with, at least in my mind, looked like a version of a Zealot from StarCraft 2, but something that looks very primitive and like undeveloped compared to the Protoss race in StarCraft 2. So I guess you could actually regard this concept as a prehistoric Zealot or like a proto-Zealot, something that maybe the Protoss race kind of, or the Zealot unit in particular, kind of evolved from. I wasn't really going for any resemblance. Initially it looked like a bird to me, and then it started looking like some sort of alien, and so I went with that whole idea and came up with this. So this is going to be a 4-legged version of it, not really decked out in the high-tech armor that we're used to seeing on Protoss units, but more of a very crude-looking kind of medieval sort of setup here with blades, actual metal blades coming out of the hands that look nicked and damaged a little, instead of the psi blades which Zealots use normally. So this whole drawing took about 3 hours in total, or a bit under 3 hours, and I'm kind of happy with how it ended up. I'm trying to get back into the rhythm. I took a few days off from doing anything during the holidays, even though that week around Christmas was mostly taken up by working on Total Biscuit's award video, which was an enormous amount of work, but it had to be done. So I didn't really have time for much of anything else. And of course, there were other things to work on during the holidays as well. I didn't actually go anywhere at all because I was still dealing with my gout problem. And it's getting much better now and I can actually walk freely. But I took just some days off and stayed in and played WoW and hung out on Skype with my girlfriend and stuff. And that's really all that I did. But I did get, on January the 1st, I got a bunch of logos done. So yeah, I'm not really taking into account when you're supposed to work during the holidays or not, since I'm at home all the time. So it's very accessible for me to just work whenever I feel like it. And I'm very thankful for that, because God only knows I would not want to go to work after vacation and eating and boozing. But yeah, I'm getting back into it now. There are about 11 days left until I get to go to Prague, where I will be for a month, during which I will be filming Cooking with Zooc, a lot of it. So there's going to be probably more of those than drawings or any other type of content, because I'm going to be cooking diverse and interesting things. There's nothing more I want in this world right now than having my own kitchen where I can let go freely and just do whatever I want whenever I feel like it. And since I'll have that for a month, I am planning on taking a lot of advantage of it, definitely. So I'll see how I can maybe set up a sort of a filming station and employ my girlfriend as a cameraman, at least for a few episodes. And we'll see how that works out. I know a lot of people have been asking about it so many times, and I've answered it so many times, but of course you can't really put your answer into one single place or people will notice it. But hopefully this will appease the ones that have been looking for that type of content. I know I'm hyped to do it. I don't think I've ever been that excited to put anything out on the channel as I am about the cooking episodes, because I already got like a menu planned out with mostly American stuff, but I'm planning on making some really cool Asian shit and Maybe some southern, mostly southern dishes is what I like cooking. Southern as in biscuits, gravy, that sort of stuff. I mostly like simple things, but doing them really well and tasty. So hopefully that'll work out for me. And after that, obviously I'm going to come back home and there will be no more cooking with Zooc until I get my own place, which will probably take a while. But yes, there will be some of that. So anyway, this is basically how I envision this whole drawing for people with piss poor imagination series playing out. Starting with nothing and ending up with anything. I'm going to try and expand into maybe cartoons and caricatures and not just monsters all the time. I need to do that to be able to diversify my abilities in working with colors, since that's always going to be a problem for me. But hopefully at some point it becomes so much of a habit that I don't even have to think about it and stuff will just end up looking better, I suppose. I still think this one looks better than other stuff I've made color-wise. Sure, it's not perfect, and if I probably take a break of a few hours from looking at it and I come back to it, I'll spot a lot of mistakes. But for now, it seems okay-ish, better than my early work, at least by far. So anyway, that's going to be it for now. Please rate that shit if you enjoyed it. Sorry for the lack of videos in the past 11 days, but I've had to work a lot. And I needed some free time as well, because I don't get much of that. So yeah, rate that shit if you enjoyed it. And I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Happy New Year again. All that feels. Bye-bye.